War is more expensive than peace. The president of Colombia cited that grim reality as one of the driving forces behind his quest for a deal with FARC guerrillas. Last night, after 4 years of controversial negotiations, an agreement was finally signed, ending more than 50 years of brutal conflict that saw hundreds of thousands of people murdered and millions displaced. But as Stephen D'Souza reports, the work of true reconciliation is just beginning.
After more than half a century of bloodshed, today Colombians awoke to the hope of peace. It's great because it benefits everyone, this man says. Let's see if we can live in peace, improve the situation for everyone in the country. Yesterday in Cuba, the Colombian government and FARC, the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, put aside a history of violence and mistrust to reach a historic deal. Today in Colombia, the president declared a total ceasefire beginning Monday, though the agreement still has to be put to a national vote in October. We are giving the final word of peace in Colombia to the people, Juan Manuel Santos said. It will be the people who on October 2nd say, yes, we want peace. FARC first emerged in the 1960s as small farmers and community activists banded together to fight staggering economic and social inequality. They fought a brutal guerrilla war that took a devastating toll on the country. More than 200,000 people killed, tens of thousands disappeared, millions forced from their homes. FARC had declared a ceasefire last year, and violence had fallen to an all-time low. I believe we have won the most beautiful of all battles, the battle for peace in Colombia, said Ivan Marquez, FARC's chief negotiator. But undoing decades of violence on both sides won't be easy. FARC funded its operations through the drug trade and kidnappings, and bringing those responsible back into society is just one of many challenges to come. The plan calls for amnesty and resettlement grants for fighters who confess. Fernando Trevesi has worked for victims' rights in Colombia for the last decade. He says for the near 300-page deal to work, the processes it puts in place have to give Colombians a sense of justice.
They have to be transparent, they have to be credible, they have to be legitimate for the society to feel that justice is being administered and it's being delivered.
As part of the deal, FARC rebels will also be given seats in Congress.
After a conflict, after such a long conflict, everyone has to adapt to a new situation, to a new political debate, to a new way of doing politics.
The deal must still be sold to the Colombian people before that October vote. If it's approved, then FARC rebels can start handing in their weapons under the watchful eye of international monitors, including possibly Canada, which is considering a UN request to send observers. Stephen D'Souza, CBC News, New York.